Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into a figure that I have been wanting, and I am so glad that both SH Figuarts and Hasbro finally give me this guy, because he was by far my favorite character in Across the Spider-Verse. That's right, today we're going to be diving into the SH Figuarts Spider-Man India. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collecting. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, taking a closer look at the front of the package here, you can see a little bit of what he comes with. They don't give you a lot of window here with these SH Figuarts packages, but we have some beautiful artwork. Looks straight out of the film right here. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. You've got the Marvel, the Tamashii Nations, the Bandai. Here on the side, you have the Spider-Man India, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse name, and then some photographs of the figure. Same thing on here, different photograph. And then right here, you have just a bunch of photographs of the figure. So we have him unmasked, him leaning back, him with his web, and here we have this leaping pose, which I love, this jumping pose, this kicking pose, and then a lot of stuff that I cannot read. So let's get this guy opened up and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Okay, so there's a lot. There's so much to go over. So we're just going to jump right in. We're going to start with the webs because these are really cool. This one in particular is pretty neat because it looks as if you could put... So, okay, let's first start out with this thing. Let's just start here. Because this is kind of crazy. So I have tried to look up exactly what this thing is called that that Pavitr like slings around on his webs. And as you can see, the webs have like these little plugs in them like this. And so what this is meant to do is, I guess you plug them in right here, kind of like push it in. It's really tight. It doesn't fit very well, but you know, I'm just like afraid I'm going to break the web pushing this hard on it. But basically, it gives you the ability to put the little drum yo-yo thing here on the webs, and all of the webs have one of these little connectors on them somewhere. Now, as for what this thing is, actually, I don't know. I looked it up online to see if somebody smarter than me could tell me what this is, and look how it's bent. Like, I'm not even doing this right. Like, what's going on? But basically, I found one explanation that makes the most sense, is that it could be called a damaru, which is it's like a drum that the Indian god Shiva carries around. But then I've also seen many more people correct that assumption and say, no, it's actually a diabolo, which is like a Chinese yo-yo that's not connected to the string. It's free floating. So honestly, I don't know. I even went back and looked at the whole Spider-Man India segment from Across the Spider-Verse and noticed something that I never noticed before, and that's that this is actually his gauntlet. It's this particular gauntlet, which is why it looks like, you know, it's got that little, you know, spider design on the inside that's pink and purple, or kind of like this color and purple. And he actually slings this off, and I guess when it comes off of his wrist, it collapses in the center and becomes this thing, and then he can sling it around. He can use it as like a grappling hook and like sling it around things to like loop around them and hold him as he swings, and then he puts it back on. Like, he does that several times. I never noticed that. To me, I just remember like this thing just showed up out of nowhere and he used it, and it was very interesting. It's one of the more interesting aspects of this character. But yeah, so you can have him holding this with the two halves on either side of one of these things, and it's kind of a tenuous connection, but it's there and it works. Here is another web that you get that you can put it on, and as you can see, it's, you know, there's not a lot to work with there. And then there is this one, which I really like because you can put the two pieces on the end as if it's he's thrown it out. Let me see if this works better. That went on really easy. There, that actually went on very, very easy. So he can like throw it out, have it loop around something, and that's pretty cool. And then he has this one that I also really, really like because it's got like some swirly part of the web there, and you can see where it connects on the end, and that's also really cool. So lots of options there, but I also have some custom webs that one of my really good friends give me, and so I will be using those as well. And I also didn't realize when I first opened this until I went back and watched the segment what this arm piece was for. I was like, why did they give me some random piece? And it's because he takes his gauntlet off and uses it as the Diabolo or whatever it is. And so when you want to use that on one of the webs, you would, you know, I guess just pop this off at the elbow. Yeah, it pops off pretty easy. And then you just sling this on. And I guess you would want the cutout for the middle part of the arm towards the front. And then you'll get that full range. And then there he is. He has his arm out with no gauntlet on it. Next up, he does come with this really awesome Pavitr Prabhakar head. This is really cool. I was messing around with this and something fell on my ground and it was black and I didn't know what it was. It took me forever to find it. And then I found out it was actually this little bottom piece of hair, which is really cool because as you can see, when he has his mask on, there's no hair underneath the headband because it's all underneath the mask. But they put this on as an extra piece. And let's see here. So basically, what you do is if you pop the head off of the neck, which I don't know why you would, but you can see this little piece of hair is loose. It's a separate little piece so that there looks like to be hair sticking out underneath the bandana. And I think that was just like a really cool, neat touch that they didn't have to do, but they did. They went there and they did it. And like I said, I didn't even know that was a separate piece and I almost lost it. So I'm glad I didn't. But on that ball joint, you get lots of motion there and lots of range, and you can get some very emotive pieces. And I love this sort of non-plus, like, yeah, that's right, I'm good, I'm the best look on his face. I think it's beautiful, and it's very aptly cartoony, which I also love. I'm glad it doesn't look very realistic. Next up, we have Pavitr, his head himself, on Indian Spider-Man's head himself. And then, let's see here. So basically what happens here is this hairpiece is removable, and it's keyed, so you can put this on however you want. And he does come with extra eyepieces. So we're going to just get up underneath there, and we're going to pull that out. And you get two of these, so you can have him, and they only really fit in one. I have the wrong one. They only fit in one way, so you can't, you know, screw up and put the wrong one in. And the way you can tell is like there's a little red and blue line at the top and the dark and the regular blue at the bottom. But you can see how like now like one eye is sort of squinting and one eye is more open. So you can have some, you can either put both in or one, and then you just pop this back on, and then you get, my goodness, what is happening? Oh, this is what happens when I do late in the day videos. I haven't had my my coffee with my cream. And so there you have it. There's what he looks like with one, because this eye gets covered by the hair, and I really like that this comes off, and I like that the hair covers up that eye. Next up, we have so many hands. There are so many. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 hands. You get 2 pointing hands. You get two, which either karate chopping, saluting hands, and it's where the thumb is pressed flat against the palm. Then you get another set of those where I don't know what these would be for, but it's the same sort of saluting hand, but the thumb is away from the palm. We get two web holding hands, so they're almost like closed fists, but they're open enough to hold a web. And then we get two web holding hands with the thumbs out. You could also probably use this as a hey, look at me, or a thumbs up, but there's a little hole in there for the web to go in. Then we get two closed fists with no holes for punching bad guys. And then we get my favorite, two like splayed out. These could be used as wall crawling hands, or they're just gesturing hands. They're not quite wall crawlers, but they'll work. So you've got your punchies, you got your wall crawlies, but you know what we don't have is we don't have any thwip hands, and that's a missed opportunity because he actually does shoot webs in the cartoon. It's hard to see, but he does. And so if these hands right here with the thumbs out don't really do much with the web shooting and the Diabolo yo-yo thing, then they could have easily replaced these with thwip hands. I wish he had them. I'm not sure why he doesn't come with them. Okay, so here is Spider-Man India standing straight up and down on the rotating base, and I have to make myself remember to call him Spider-Man India, because I want to call him Indian Spider-Man, but that is probably not correct, and that's probably not what he's referred to. But since the movie came out, I've just referred to him as Indian Spider-Man. I don't even know if that's offensive. I'm not meaning to be. Maybe I'll just call him Pavitr. So we'll just call him that for the rest of the review, and I won't get in trouble. But this figure is beautiful. Like, I am already, here we are in February, I'm already making my top 10 figures of the year list. I've already received at least 3. This guy makes number 3 that I think are already going to be on my top 10 figures of the year list. And I want to see, like, I'm excited to see where he winds up at the end of the year, because I still think he's going to be on there. He's just that beautiful. The paint, the sculpt, the line work, the colors, like, there is, other than him not having thwip hands, this is a home run. There's no missteps here. And I was already happy with the Hasbro Legends, the Marvel Legends version that came out. I do have him. We're going to do a little comparison here, but you're going to see night and day differences, even though they're both amazing. Amazing. They're both amazing figures, just at completely different price points. So let's take him off the rotating base and punch in on some of that beautiful detail. Okay, let's punch in on some of these details. You guys probably already saw them whenever I was going over the eyes, but you can see here, if I can turn this in a way to where, maybe the light hits it, maybe make it a little bit brighter if that'll help. You can see how all of these web lines are sculpted. This white line is sculpted. All of just the little detail of the little, like, look at that. That's so great. All of the work on his arms, the shoulders, all of this. Hey, this looks really good with the light turned up. I think I'll keep it like this forever. All the little web lines on the arm, they're all sculpted. The details on the bangle bracelet, sculpted. Look at this, all the way down to the hands, all the details on the hands, all 14 sets of them. 7 sets of them, all sculpted detail. Fantastic. This right here is gorgeous. Man, that's so beautiful. I absolutely love that. You can see the silver and the gold. All of that is sculpted. None of that is just paint alone. Same thing for the design on his back, which I think I love even better than the front. Look, I didn't even notice this little design. It almost looks like the suit crawling up him in a way, but all of this is just so gorgeous. I love it. The bright, vibrant colors on this guy are amazing. His sash here is a loose piece, and it's a very soft rubber. This is some of the softest, lightest rubber I've ever felt. Of course, the paint goes all the way down his stomach to his pants. You do have a couple of like free floating pieces in here to like help cover the joints when they move. When they move around, you have the nice, bright, reflective gold all the way around the pants, and then all of these lines down here on the legs. Again, all sculpted. It's not just paint. And then you've got the bangle bracelets around the feet, the anklets, separate designs. They look different. They're really cool. And then all the designs down on his feet, again, sculpted, not just painted. So this guy is just, he's exquisite. Like, he is just so beautiful, and he's so emotive. Like, he's like, you know, a good counterpoint to Miles. Like, you know, you got, if you have one of the SH Figuarts or Mafex Miles, you know, he's such a great, I mean, this guy just looks like he's stepped straight off of the screen, and he's wanting to, you know, get on to you about how you say chai tea.
What did you just say?
Chai tea? Chai means tea, bro. You're saying tea. Would I ask you for a coffee with room for cream?
But yes, this guy is just absolutely fantastic. Now let's go over how he moves, because that is also great. So he can look straight up as if he is flying, which is incredible and also very much needed for a spider character. He can look down. You've got a ball peg here and here, so you're going to be able to get that shunting motion forward and back. You got crazy amounts of tilt. Like, you can go all the way. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you know, he has just got all of the motion and mobility you could possibly want in a neck. The arms have a beautiful butterfly joint. Look at that. That looks great. It doesn't look bad from the back. It's all filled in. It doesn't go back that far. You can see it only goes back, but it goes forward a lot, which is fantastic. You can see just how far, I don't want to fake it with the bend in the elbow, but you can see just how far across his chest he can reach across, which is great. You've got a ball peg here, so you got all of the wobble and bobble that you want. He can crunch forward just with that joint alone that far, but with his lower joint, he can crunch even further. So like that, he can lean back. And check that out. The design goes all the way up, so you're not going to get any crazy gaps or breaks in the design. Same on the back. Look at that. It's just fantastic. Love it. The legs can go all the way forward. They is there a drop? There's no drop down, but they, of course, can go all the way up. If you pair that with those two joints, I mean, he's getting pretty far forward up there. That's pretty crazy. And then out to the side that far, and then to the back, all the way back. You've got this upper thigh swivel right here. Lots of range of motion in that leg. You've got double jointed pinless knees. Are these joints pinless? Oh my gosh, everything's pinless. Of course it is. It's SH Figuarts. Why would I think it's not? But it can bend that far, so you're getting all the way back for sure. No swivel at the knee. Swivel and hinge and rocker down on the feet. So all the mobility that you could possibly want in a figure, it's present. Typically, I really love what SH Figuarts does, and for me, I kind of feel like Mafex comes in later, you know, maybe sometimes a year or two after SH Figuarts makes a character, and then they kind of improve upon it. I'm not sure how in the world Mafex can improve upon this. They'll find a way, I'm sure, but this figure is just incredible as he is. And I mean, just, yo, bro, I just wake up like natural. Like, this hair is just like beautiful. I don't have to work out or anything. Like, that head is just fantastic. Like, it is so great. I just love this head. This head sculpt is pretty incredible. But let's bring out the Marvel Legends figure, which I've been really enjoying. What? So let's pop that back on for the rest of the review, because I definitely want to bring out the Marvel Legends version, which is not a bad figure. This figure is really good for $25, and now, like, you can even find him in Target starting to get marked down to $17.50. Like, get out of town. Like, pick this guy up. He is absolutely fantastic. He's fantastic at 25. He's even better at 17. He only comes with one web accessory and the Diablo, however that's pronounced. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not very cultured. So, like, that is just made onto the thing. You can't move it. This doesn't slide. But he does come with extra hands. And I wonder, I need to get his accessories out, because I wonder if he comes with thwip hands. I don't remember. I've got to dig this out and find out, because if he comes with thwip hands, I'm going to see if I can put them on. But he does come with the extra time bracelet, the portal thing. But I mean, I just want to show this guy off. He looks really good. Now, I mean, you can see there is a huge difference between the two. But, you know, whereas, you know, this is sculpted and this is just paintwork, but the paintwork is still exquisite. And you can see that the colors, I mean, the reds almost match perfectly. The golds seem very similar, but you've got just one use of blue here. So you've got one blue here. This is more teal. You have a darker blue, like a medium blue here, and then a dark blue. This is all kind of like one blue. Like that's the same color as that, same color as this. You know, almost the same color as the pants, just a little bit darker, and then the same color down there. And so you can see that the paint is just, you know, it's beautifully vibrant. I mean, honestly, seriously, if you can't afford to pick up the more expensive SH Figuarts figure, there's nothing wrong with this figure. He moves great. And one of the things that kind of blew me away when I got this figure was, I think I did a pose video where this guy can actually cross his arms. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Look at that. Like, he almost can achieve a crossed arms pose. Like, it's a Marvel Legends. He should be able to do that, bro. But he does. So, yeah, I am not crapping on this figure at all. I paid full price, but I still see him like he's already clearanced out at some of my targets. And for $17.50, you can't go wrong with this guy at all. For size comparisons, you can see that the Marvel Legends figure here is drastically smaller. Like they're standing toe to toe, and you can see he is drastically shorter than the SH Figuarts. But I don't have any other SH Figuarts figures from across the Spider-Verse, like Spider-Man 2099 or Miles or Gwen, so I don't have anybody to compare him to. I just have this one, but I'm probably going to have to fix that, because I mean, it's been a while since I've had my hands on a SH Figuarts Spider-Man, and this guy is pure brilliance. All right, so I did check my little fodder bin, and no, the Marvel Legends Spider-Man India does not come with the thwip hands. He only comes with like an open splayed hand and then a punching hand, and then the two hands that was on the figure that I had. So I guess neither Marvel, Hasbro, or SH Figuarts decided to go with the thwip hands, but he does have them in the movie. You can pause the film and see that he does use thwip hands. So I really do wish they had come with thwip hands. That would have been absolutely fantastic. That would have just sealed the deal. But I mean, I'm not going to complain. This guy's amazing. So I really hope that you guys pop into the shorts section of the YouTube channel here at Saturday Morning Toy Collector and check out my shorts. I upload pose videos a couple times a week, maybe 3 times a week. I love posing figures. Like, I love posing Spider-Man and Wolverine. They're really good for jumping, leaping, crouching, getting into like some really stupid, crazy poses. And this guy is going to be making his debut on that in a short very, very soon, either today or tomorrow. I just don't know when I'll get around to it. But in the meanwhile, you can enjoy some crazy poses right here. I love this pose. It's like he's leapt off of a building. He's maybe going through something small, like a small window or something, and he's kind of like balling himself up a little bit and then stretching himself out as he comes out. I love the arms, like one reaching forward, one reaching back. This guy's going to be able to get in any pose I want. And this is what I'm talking about, you know, just being able to like see him like crunch all the way forward, get a leg all the way up to his chest, one splayed all the way out to the back with the hand outstretched, the leaping, using that bangle bracelet, Diabolo, whatever it is, you know, as sort of like a grappling hook to like sling out his webs. Like, dude, this could be a pose that I could just leave this guy in on my shelf and I would be super happy with that. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful, man. I just can't say enough really good things about how this guy moves. If you guys are fans of SH Figuarts, you know, but when you couple that kind of engineering with a character that's this bright and vibrant and beautiful and colorful and creative and animated and cartoonish, it becomes a masterpiece, and I'm just going to be gushing over this figure for the rest of the review. I don't even know what. Show me another figure that can do this. Show me another figure that does this right here. This is insanity. This defies the laws of physics. This shouldn't happen. This should not work. It's incredible. Here we have another leaping pose. This is sort of a play on that of that pose that we would see Spider-Man in, where he's like throwing his web out to the side and he's like kind of like strong-arming it across his chest, and he's using the Diabolo, whatever it is, to use as like a grappling hook to get it out in front of him. I love Spider-Man in leaping poses. It's my bread and butter all day long. And here we have him posed up with some webs, some custom webs that are bendy and wiry that my good friend Scott here locally made for me. I love these things. I use them with all my Spider-Man and all of my pose videos, and they're just absolutely fantastic and super easy to make. And I want you guys to watch this space, because I am probably going to have a big announcement soon that's going to be involving my friend Scott. I can't wait to share the news with you guys. All right, I really want to thank you guys so much for hanging in there with me today. This is a really long one. This was way longer than I expected it to be, but this guy is just so much fun. Anytime I come across a figure that I love, that I am just, that I can't say enough of about my most recent Mythic Legions Sir Elijah video. They tend to be longer because I can't stop playing with them and posing them and talking about them and gushing over them, and I'm super verbose, and I'd say a bunch of stuff that I don't really need to be saying. I really could have cut this down. I am so sorry. This thing is almost 30 minutes. That's crazy. I apologize. We will get back to regularly scheduled 10 to 12 minute reviews, but I really wanted to take a deep dive into this guy because he is beautiful and exquisite, and I do not see a world that exists where this guy won't be on my top 10 list at the end of the year. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over on Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector, where you'll be able to find more pictures of this guy soon. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.